Hello and welcome to the Fixed Lands, and welcome to Broken Roads. This is a brand new role-playing game that I have been watching for some time and been very interested in trying out. So that is exactly what we're going to do in this video and hopefully a series, depending on the interest level from you all. So let me know in the comments if you're interested in seeing more of this once we get into it, and let me know also how the audio levels are. I've only gotten in here to kind of adjust the audio a bit. I haven't gotten past the options screen, so this is truly a blind playthrough. So I think in this first video we'll look at the options and we'll set up a character or a party, as the case may be. I'm not even sure what you do right off the bat. So there aren't a lot of options, which is fine. It's neither here nor there, but this is what the gameplay options are. I think we'll just leave them at their default for the moment. You can show the unavailable moral choices if you want, but I think I'll just go with the default at the moment. Resolution looks right. I think I will leave these all as is. I've adjusted the main game volume in OBS, the recording, but I do want you to be able to hear the voices, so maybe I'll just bump up the voices just a touch, and we'll just see how it is. We can always come back and change it. Controls. I would just adjust these if it seemed like something was off, so you can take a look, see what we've got here. Camera center is space, HUD is H, labels, tab, log, L, moral compass is C, C for compass, I for inventory, J for journal, M for map, T for skill tree, O for world map, quick save, and quick load, F5 and F8. Looks good to me. Oh, I forgot to save. Bump up, apply. There we go. Okay, now I think we are ready to start the new game.
They thought ending the world would end the war. That much was passed down. Everything else has been lost. When the bombs dropped, 80% of Australia's population was wiped out, just like that. Those who weren't immediately vaporized carried the radiation inland, poisoning all the pretty places they crawled to. The desert swallowed the rest. Despite it all, we survived. We rebuilt. We even formed strong enough allegiances to have wars of our own. But these wars were of disease, of hunger, of people who'd forgotten the sacrifices that have always been made beyond the steady glows of the cities that now choked with dust. Our great-grandparents made it. We will too. All it takes to thrive in this new world is guts, grit, and hard yakka. That's where you come in.
Gotta find out what yakka is. Okay. All right, let's see here. Origins, we've got 4 tabs: origin, appearance, morality, and statistics. So I guess we start here. Hired gun. Oh, I see. We've got 4 choices. Let's see. Hired gun. You grew up with a gun in your hand. If you wanted to eat, you shot what your parents told you to shoot. Starvation is a powerful motivator. It was that simple. They hired you out when you were in your teens, telling clients that a hungry kid shoots better. After a few years, you worked up the courage to run away, and you crossed the outback to make a new life for yourself. You've even earned a bit of a reputation. That's why you weren't surprised when you were offered the possibility of a long-term gig with the Scouts at Bally Hall. It's a mad world out there, and instead of trying to make sense of it, you've carved your place in it. You'll be damned if anyone thinks you'll just quit. So we've got a A couple attribute bonuses. Awareness +1. Strength +1. Alright. Awareness is perception, insight, strength, power, and energy. Melee damage, hit points, movement points, intimidation checks. Starting skills include shooting mastery. Bonuses when using a ranged weapon. Opportunist +5. Help yourself to a swipe at enemies during doing a runner. Okay. Then we have Surveyor. The wide open places call to you. They always have. You spent nights under the stars as a child. Your parents teaching you about constellations, the plants, the animals. The first time you learned how to use a compass, you were hooked. You took off from home young to explore the trackless wastes. It was only a happy accident that you discovered you could make some serious coin by telling people what you found. You love the thrill of discovering places that fell off the maps, or finding the towns that have sprung up since the fall. It's almost as good as getting paid when you tell some new client what you found. The world is a treasure waiting to be found. You're just the map maker to reveal its secrets. And our bonuses include awareness +1 and intelligence +1. Starting skills, vigilance +10. Okay, and punt +5. Take a chance at a challenge beyond your usual capabilities. Spend punt points in combat to increase accuracy of attacks. Interesting. Out of combat, spend punt points to attempt to pass a skill check that is just out of reach. Higher ranks increase the amount and effectiveness of punt points. It's interesting. Punt points. That's going to be hard to say. Cool. And third on our list is Barter Crew. You spent your earliest years riding the back of a barter crew's wagon, traveling all across Western Australia from Boddington to Bonnie Rock. You've seen thousands of deals go down. You've learned to haggle with the best of them when you were knee-high to a quokka? And by the time you were a teen, you decided that maybe it was time to make your own way. You've got a head for numbers, an eye for trade, and a tongue keen for speech. Nothing makes you happier than driving a hard bargain. It's been a hell of a ride. You get your way, you'll hunt down every opportunity. You'll hunt down every opportunity in Australia. So we've got the barterer, plus to charisma, plus to resolve, leadership +10, biology +10. Interesting, you know what makes people tick physically. Use restorative items from utility slots to heal and revive allies. Oh. So the barter person can heal, it sounds like. Lastly, we've got Jackaroo. You were a lost pup. Your parents ditched you at a remote station when you were an infant. The manager brought you in, the station hands took to you, and you became a kind of mascot to them. You grew up with tools and can fix most simple machines. You learned how to read an animal, care for its injuries, and put it to work. They taught you to hunt, giving you the skills to survive just about anywhere. You were hunting in the bush when the raiders came. First sign you had was the pillar of smoke. By the time you got back, everyone you knew were dead. You've been on the go since, looking for a new place to settle down. You thought you might have found it in Brookton. Maybe you could see out your days there. So, survivalist sort of character? Use swanky devices and understand what Cole is on about. Guess we'll find out who Cole is. And biology also can heal. So, since I don't know what's good, we're just going to kind of roleplay. What sort of character would I like to be? Who would I actually most be like? Or who am I most like? Probably not the hired gun. Maybe the surveyor. Yeah, I think the surveyor. Increase to awareness. Critical hit chance. Wit and intellect. Vigilance. Yeah, that's like me. Punt. Let's go with surveyor. Why not? Now appearance, I guess? Okay, I click continue. Now appearance. Okay, name can't be Andy. Name. Playing off the channel name, the fixed land, we'll go with land is. Land is our name, Landis. And alright, well, this is the closest to me, so we'll go with that. Introduction to the moral compass. Let's see. The moral compass shows a 360-degree view of possible dialogue options, attitudes you can hold, and decisions that you can make throughout your journey. It is divided into 4 parts: utilitarian, nihilist, Machiavellian, and humanist, with the golden arc representing your worldview, often overlapping different quadrants. That would be this golden arc here. Not to be confused with the golden arches. Where a decision lies is not always clear-cut, kind of like real life, and the borders matter. It's entirely possible to be a utilitarian focused on the greater good for all, which will suit options in that quadrant close to the humanist border. Interesting. Likewise, you can be within the utilitarian quadrant, but tending far more to focus on the interests of your own group, with decisions tending towards the Machiavellian border. Broken Roads doesn't reduce things to simple right and wrong or good and evil, and this is reflected in how you can handle the scenarios you face on your journey. So we can see a moral compass movement preview. Why don't we do that? D. Or click it. Maybe I have to continue to see that. I would like to see that. Okay. Click. Continue. Alright, maybe when we finish reading. Your worldview. The golden arc in the center represents your worldview. Each decision you make can affect your position on the compass, rotating the worldview slightly towards the decision you have made. At the center of the compass are the brightly illuminated areas of moral tendencies. That would be these areas, I guess. Brightly illuminated toward the center, which allow your character to make lower-level moral decisions or expressions of ideas that would otherwise fall outside of their worldview. Okay. I'm just rereading this. Make sure I understand it. Okay. Note that the further a decision is from the center of your worldview, the larger impact it will have on shifting it. Plus, the more decisions you make close to the center of your worldview, the more narrow-minded you will become, allowing you to make higher-level decisions. Conversely, selecting a wider range of choices will make you broad-minded, often allowing more options but making certain higher-level decisions and moral traits, that is, perks unique to characters of a particular alignment that can affect dialogue or combat skills, unavailable. That's interesting. So it sounds like there are a couple aspects of this at least. There's narrow versus open-minded, and there's high versus lower-level decisions. So you can be narrow-minded and make higher-level decisions, or broad-minded, but not able to make higher-level decisions. Okay. Well, as we play, I assume that will become more apparent what that actually means in practice. So, Reading on, the 4 moral quadrants. Humanist, each person's dignity matters most. I choose all meaning, and thus what matters. I choose all meaning, and thus what matters. I decide what the meaning of life is, I guess. But what is inalienable is that every person has worth. For the humanist, each person's dignity matters most, simply through existing as a being experiencing the world. Utilitarian, everyone's happiness combined matters most. The greatest good for the greatest number. I believe that everyone's happiness combined matters most, and thus can justify causing harm or suffering depending on the outcome. Machiavellian, my group matters most. The end justifies the means if it favors our pursuit and maintenance of power. As a Machiavellian, my group matters most regardless of the cost to others. And lastly, and perhaps least, nihilist, I matter most. Given there's nothing outside of each individual human experience, nothing ultimately matters, and that doesn't bother me. Thus, for the nihilist, I matter most. Well, I lean all 4 of these ways, probably at different times and in different situations, so it's an interesting way that the game seems to be trying to address this, where you can pop up on all sorts of different areas of the circle. So we'll see how it goes. And can I do this yet? Nope. Back. No, it's not back. Close? Close. Alright. Can we see a preview here? Whoops. Sorry. Continue. I guess we have to answer some questions. Alright. Question 1 of 6. Maybe this helps set up our character here. No. Sorry. Okay. I thought there was something here before that I didn't read, but... Oh, I see. I see. This is highlighting what each of these means. I see. Okay. Well, we're just gonna pick one. Alright. You've been out in the wastes for a few weeks, mapping out a possible new route to Kokobi way station, and your supplies are running low. You come across a half-overgrown track and find a badly injured merchant. She says she was attacked by a pack of wild dogs and begs you for some water. It's clear she's close to death, however, and no amount of water will save her. End her suffering. You're not obliged to save her, but you can prevent her agony. Ignore her and go through her cargo. Provide basic medical care to alleviate her suffering, so the palliative care. Then go after the animals that pose a danger to everyone in the area. Take what you want from her cargo, but try to find where she came from. You may be able to use that to your advantage. So we're going to provide basic medical care to alleviate her suffering. Question 2. After a series of raids on caravans passing near your home, you put together a scouting party. You caught a bandit leader and one of his raiders. The leader pleads for release, pledging to comply with your terms. Do you free him? Execute them on the spot. Better not to have that kind of headache. Take him back to town to stand trial. This is not your call to make. Escort them far away, warning that if you catch them here again, they're dead. Tell him that you'll let one of them go free, him or his raider, and he gets to choose which one lives. This is not my call to make. A question. A nearby town... I'm still laughing about that last option. A nearby townstead has a new chief, and he's starting to flex his muscles. He sends an envoy with a threat. Pay tribute or suffer his wrath. He clearly has the military strength to back it up. Do you pay? If he thinks he can take it, let him come. You're not scared of his threats. Negotiate with the envoy and escort him back. Concealed, your top fighters follow. In town, publicly execute the envoy, displaying his head on a spike. Warn the others to surrender their chief or face the same fate. Number 3, send scouts to see if he can enforce his demands. If he can't, pay up. If he can, send him a mocking reply and dare him to come take it. Send an envoy in return and try to negotiate with the new chief. War hurts everyone, and maybe you can work out a way to be of mutual benefit. I'm inclined to either ignore him or try to negotiate. You know what, maybe we can work something out. A child in the village has started showing symptoms of the plague. The town chose to quarantine him and his family, but you caught him sneaking out of the house to play with other kids. Nice job there, kid. What now? Shoot him on the spot. No, let's see. Let him go with a warning. If he's contagious, you're all infected now, too. If he's not, no harm done. Rally some neighbors and evict the entire family from town. Make an example of their carelessness. Send him back to his house under careful guard. The whole family will have to leave town if they continue to put everyone at risk. Return him into his house and explain to the family what will happen to the town if they are all infected. Make them see reason. So I'm wavering between 3 and 4 here. I think we'll start with this. I'm trying to negotiate. Okay. You've been captured by people who have clearly gone mad, finding yourself in a pen along with a dew farmer you've met before, a mercenary stripped of his weapons, and a terrified young family. The captors assemble a massive pyre, indicating their intent for a twisted sacrifice. Noticing a guard's distraction, you're certain you can escape on your own, but every person you bring with you increases the chances you'll get caught. So we can take advantage of the distraction to try to get everyone out, saving as many as you can, keeping in mind that our chances of escaping decrease. Slip away on your own, the others will simply have to defend for themselves. Convince the merc to come with you. The dew farmer can likely find his own way out, but the family will be nothing but a liability. Get the family out first. The other captives should be able to handle themselves. No, I can't leave the family behind. I'm not going to do that. So I think we'll try to get the family out first, and then no, you know, we're all going to go together. Okay. You've discovered a cache of pre-apocalypse supplies in an abandoned farmhouse. You can't carry it all back on your own, so you enlist a few friends from town to help. When you return to the cache, you find a group of emaciated scavengers in the process of looting the place for themselves. Do you let them take the supplies? Well, we're scavengers too. Whether or not we're emaciated. No way. Threaten the scavengers, and if they don't hand over the supplies, kill them. Let them take the supplies, but secretly follow them back to their home. Once there, you can loot their other goods and kill them all. Let them go. They're starving and clearly need the supplies more than you do, plus they had no way of knowing you found them first. Tell them you found the place first and offer to split the takings. Better to get less than you wanted than to spill blood or get nothing at all. So we're going to go with that. Number 4. Continue. So we're definitely in the utilitarian range, it looks like. So far. Continue. Attributes and skill trees. There are 6 attributes in Broken Roads: Strength, Agility, Resolve, Awareness, Intelligence, and Charisma. Attributes are the basis from which skills and other statistics are derived. Each skill tree's starting values are calculated from 2 attributes. Excuse me. Little coffee there. Okay. Let's see. 6 attributes. Each skill tree's starting values are calculated from 2 attributes. Fortitude, strength, and agility. Temperance, resolve, and awareness, wisdom, intelligence, and charisma. So, we've got attributes. And these are skill trees, I guess. I'm not sure. Each origin story comes with unique bonuses. For hired gun, those are what's listed here, which we already read about. In the example to the right, with 8 in resolve and 13 in awareness, all skills in the temperance tree start off at 21. 8 plus 13 is 21. Excuse me. Shooting mastery has a bonus of 10 from the hired gun's background. Okay. Oh, there's more. In combat, movement points, okay, are derived from agility and strength, while action points are determined by agility and intelligence. Keep that in mind when distributing attribute points. Okay. So, movement is agility and strength. Action points are agility and intelligence. So, I gotta write this down. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. I just had to write down those, seemed like critical pieces of information there. Because I always, I can't keep that stuff in my head. I forget too quickly, so I've got it written down on a piece of paper. Okay, continue. I'm sure this will all become clearer when we put it to use. All right, scoot up here. One of the unique skills in Broken Roads is the ability to have a punt, essentially taking a risk on something uncertain. Your player character has a pool of punt points, PP, they can draw on if they need to attempt a skill check that they fall just short of, or if they want to increase the accuracy of a particular action in combat. That's kind of cool. Punt is derived from charisma, plus any additional points added to the punt skill. Each additional skill point doesn't directly equal 1 additional punt point, however. Okay. Skills attain different effects whenever a threshold is reached. In this example, the character has a rank 2 punt skill. Increasing their punt from 32 to 50 would place them at rank 3, and so on. Okay. These are the thresholds. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is actually watch this video after I'm finished recording it so I can sort of get these in my head a little better. So punt is derived from charisma. Let me just write that down. Punt, charisma. Okay. Okay, close. Okay, and here we are. Time to give ourselves some points. So they got the option to auto-assign, just like a roll of the old dice. So we could do that if we really want to, if we want to be random, or we could pick it ourselves. Let's see here. So we got 10 points to spend. I think we'll choose them ourselves. Okay, strength, agility. Oh, and here, if I click on it, it gives us the description. So we got 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, and 5. So if I add one here, wisdom goes up. I see, wisdom goes up and everything in this category goes up 1. How interesting. So this is the tree. Must be the skill tree. That's kind of cool. This is really interesting. Okay. So at the moment, before we do anything else, we got 8 to 11 damage, 15 initiative, 4 action points, and 4 movement points. So it'd be great if we could get these two up. Let's see. So let's increase our intelligence. Charisma affects punt points, so let's put one there. Let's give another one there. Another one there. Strength affects power, energy, movement points, health points. Let's see. I might just spread these out. I don't see these changing yet. Maybe they will in time. Oh, there's the punt. There's punt. Okay. That's Drunken Master. Gain a number of bonuses from consuming alcohol. Vigilance. That's kind of cool. Prepare an attack and fire on the first enemy who moves within range. Deadeye. Make an attack with a bonus to accuracy. Shooting Mastery. Bonus damage, accuracy, and critical hit chance while wielding a ranged weapon. Alright, boy, a lot of choices. Let's just see what happens, you know, just bump these up. Bump up intelligence, and we got one more. Bump up charisma, why not? Okay. If we can get this up to 30. Now let's start there. Tinker. So you can't decrease apparently. These are, I guess, the minimum determined by everything else. Throwing items. Let's work on our shooting skills here. I prefer ranged if I get a choice. So let's bump that up a bit. Deadeye, shooting mastery. Put a little in there. Defensive. Bump up that. Opportunist. Help yourself to a free swipe at enemies doing a runner. Throwing. Chuck stuff further. Let's see, Deadeye, let's bump that up a bit. I really don't know what I'm doing. As you can probably tell, I'm not too... Devices, I don't know. Leadership, let's bump that up. Biology. I don't know if we're going to be the ones to heal. Let's bump up our shooting mastery. And Deadeye to 20, why not? I assume we'll have a chance to up these later. Let's give a point to that. A couple more to defense. And put the last two in melee. Okay. For better or worse, that's where we're starting. Start your journey. Actually, I think this is where we'll call this episode done. I want to thank you very much for joining me. Let me know what you think. And I hope you enjoyed. And we'll just, for better or worse, we're going to start with this and see how it goes. We can always, I'm sure we'll be, adding points as we go along. But anyway, so far I'm really enjoying it. Hope you are too, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.